All right. What's up, Dub Nation? Whoops. We are here live in Chase Center. I'm sitting on the Warriors bench. Just got done with the W. 15-2 right now. So that's a great feeling. Let's take a walk around. Yo, Chris. Anybody got any questions? We have 6 new videos on the channel, and Draymond had another pretty cool, had a couple quotables. Let me get this set up. Copy link. Tweet this out. Tweet out the link. Everybody splash that like button for me. Oh, there we go. Okay. Any questions? Let's go news. Thanks, Shannon. I know. I try. And actually, my goal for tomorrow tomorrow is a day off. No practice for the Warriors tomorrow. And then Tuesday is practice. And then Wednesday we have the Philadelphia 76ers. I'll just go through the schedule. Thursday, we'll either have practice or a day off. Probably a day off because it's Thanksgiving. I just realized that. Friday, we play the Portland Trailblazers here. Saturday, they'll probably practice in the morning, then go to LA because Sunday they're playing the Clippers. Day game, 12:30 p.m. midday, which sucks because it runs right into the Vikings versus 49ers game, which starts at 1:25. Oh, so I missed the Niners game. That's a crucial one against the Vikings. Monday the 29th, next Monday, the team will practice in LA. I will actually not be able to make it to Staples because for the Sunday game against the Clippers because it was just too hard to get to LA. It was Thanksgiving weekend. All the airfare is double than normal. But I will fly to Long Beach on Monday, drive, got Hertz again, I love Hertz, drive to Warriors practice, probably at Staples. That'd be awesome if they have it at UCLA. And then the next day I fly to Phoenix, and then they play the Suns that night in Phoenix at 7 o'clock. Then I come back, and then they play the Suns again next Friday the 3rd. All right, so tomorrow I wanted to finish out the videos of, we also had Otto Porter on the Zoom call, Chris Chiozza, although I did get Chris a lot of his Q&A. Jordan Poole, he was really quick, really short. But those are the guys that are missing. I also want to do a report on watching a game at Brooklyn and New York and my experience there. And I'm really behind. And then Cleveland was incredible. And I was exhausted for the last 2 days coming back. So let's get to your questions again. So we got behind there. There we go. So thank you, Shannon, for watching the videos, because it really helps. I keep forgetting to turn on the video on my channel before I sleep and let it run, so they play the ads. But I keep forgetting to do that, so I actually haven't done that yet. I asked my mom to do it, and hopefully she's been doing that. I don't know. Every little bit helps. We just crossed 120,000 subscribers, so that's really cool. And again, that's with me being so tired from the road trip, the East Coast road trip, which, by the way, I should mention, when I got to the arena today, literally through that tunnel, and I might do a video on that too, because I always take some side video of stuff that's going on wherever I'm at, just like I did in New York, Brooklyn, and Cleveland, which I have all ready to go. I just need to do the voiceover. So when I got here, I was late, because I usually like to get here 3 hours or more before tip-off, because then you'll have, one time Klay showed up. I don't think Klay or Kuminga or Moody, Gary Payton was injured tonight. He's dealing with, I think, an issue with his hernia that he had during preseason. That's what Kerr alluded to. I need to double check the pregame video on that. But that's actually on our channel. I included that little segment of Gary Payton, Kerr talking about Payton in the pregame, which mostly talked about how Steve was like, that's the first time I haven't heard anything about Klay being cleared for scrimmages. So even though Slater and Shams Charania came out with the report yesterday that said that Klay is cleared for full contact scrimmage and practice, I mean, I think they're just, and then Steve said, oh, that's the first time I've heard that. I think they're still saying the same thing, which is Klay is scrimmaging 5-on-5. That's all that really matters right now. So, but the report also said that they expect Klay, that their source expects Klay to be back the week leading up to Christmas. And we all know that he's not coming back Christmas Day because that's an away game. Steve has already said, and Bob, in Zoom interviews, have said that they'll try to get Klay back up for a home game first. So the people on our Discord, our private Discord channel, we were thinking, okay, then maybe that's December 20th against Sacramento Kings here at Chase, or the 23rd against the Memphis Grizzlies here at Chase, because on the 25th, we go to Phoenix for the 2 p.m. game on Christmas. And I hope to be at that one. Matter of fact, probably tomorrow I will make arrangements and book my flight for all of those coming up. So when I showed up, I'm getting pretty good at going on tangents and coming back to that tangent point. When I showed up today through that tunnel, it was, I was 45 minutes late. Like, it was only 2 hours and 15 minutes before tip-off. And I thought I was late. I asked the security guard if anybody had showed up yet to work out, like Chioza or GP, or not GP because he's injured, Chioza or JK or Moody, and he said no. And the Toronto Raptors started playing on both sides of the arena here, and I just realized, you know, maybe the Warriors are just as burnt out as I am from the East Coast road trip, because flying to the East Coast is really grueling. It's getting on an airplane for like 5 hours is really tough on the body. Yeah, so Andre still has the left hip problem that he had. I can barely remember it, but it was on this court several games ago. We don't know too much details on GP yet, aside from it having to do with the hernia that he had in preseason. That's what Steve said in the pregame, and I'm 99% sure of that, because I had to listen to it real quick, put my notes down, process the video for you guys. It's up on the channel. You can hear it for yourself. Maybe I heard wrong, because right after that, I went and did a slew of other videos, as you can see on the channel. So, going back to your questions. I was confused how many people managing this channel, because a while ago they were live streaming, doing play-by-play during the game. I did a live stream of the Santa Cruz Warriors preseason game on this floor that wasn't broadcasted anywhere, so I was able to do that. But Noemi Estrada, I think you were on our live commentary today. So that's what we do during games, and all I do is I contribute to the live chat. Today we had Anthony, who's based in Chicago, on it, giving his commentary. And normally we also have Rebecca, and Rebecca is in New York. She's at school at NYU, sports management program. And also we have Jeffrey from Australia, Melbourne, just a diehard fan, and he is in college as well. So yeah, we haven't seen Andre in a minute. So yeah, we don't know how GP2 is doing. And it's not load management. He's actually injured. I do not have a basketball, so I can't try to slam dunk. And even if I had a basketball, I wouldn't be able to slam dunk because I can't jump that high. Let's see. The Elites are only 4 minutes. Is he all good? Yeah. It's the same old thing that is being asked of Kerr every day. He literally said in the last post game, after they beat whoever we beat the other night, Detroit, Evan Webeck, the San Jose Mercury beat writer, he was in Detroit. I didn't make it because getting from Cleveland to Detroit costs a lot of money for whatever reason, even though it's only about like 2-hour drive away. I'm not going to rent a car and drive in 0-degree weather, 0 degrees Celsius. In other words, like 35-degree weather. It's freezing out there. It was freezing in here today. Like someone turned on the air conditioning on full blast. It felt like I was in Cleveland. But anyways, I didn't go to Detroit, and Evan Webeck asked Steve Kerr, so is Looney now out of the rotation because Looney didn't get as many minutes, right? And Steve was like, hey, look, whoever I play on any given night, we have so many players, so whoever I don't play on that night, you're going to ask about him, and then you're going to say, is he out of the rotation? And I'm going to say, not necessarily. I'm just going to give you the same answer every single time. So basically, stop asking me that, because I can't play all 12 of our guys who can play every night. So, but Chioza tonight got GP2's minutes. So there's that. So Belly, I wouldn't worry about Belly. He just didn't play tonight as much. And they all know that. So it's all good. Like Juan stayed ready. Chioza stayed ready. And look at him flourish when their number was called. When is Wiseman coming back? Don't know. We don't have any new information. As far as I know, he hasn't done 5-on-5 yet, which is really the next question. The question shouldn't be, when is Wiseman coming back? The question should be, when is Wiseman playing 5-on-5? And then after a week of playing 5-on-5, then you should be entitled to ask, when is Wiseman coming back? Same thing with Klay. So Klay, we do not know how many more 5-on-5s he's going to do. But it's only been about 3 or 4 days. Okay, Mark says, Rich, have you noticed Steph doesn't have to try twice as hard with a strong bench? Yeah. Imagine Klay and Wise being there. I know, right? Did you see that boxing one they tried on Steph today? Yeah, in the post game, and I have it already on the channel, Steve was like, you're going to pay. If you throw the kitchen sink at Steph, we're going to make you pay. And today, it was Jordan Poole, it was Andrew Wiggins, and they made him pay. And we have one zealous guy on the live commentary, Drew. We love your participation. Sometimes the comments just get out of hand, and he's like, oh man, he's not going to score 30 points again, and I want him to, have all these numbers. Look, enjoy the game of basketball for the beauty of the game and the beauty of team ball and Kerr system and us being 15-2. It shouldn't really be about numbers, right? The numbers should just come naturally, and Steph only scoring whatever he scored, 12 points tonight or something like that. Who cares, man? Like, we already know Steph's gonna be MVP. Any dummy watching these games, I shouldn't say that. I should say any NBA media person who has a vote in the MVP voting knows that Steph is the source of all the gravity and has changed the game. And because now we have the league's best record, you must vote for the best player on the best team. And therefore, by my logic, Steph's going to win an MVP if things keep going the way they're going. Knock on wood, right? Knock on wood. All right, next question. Watching that Steve Kerr interview about Klay, is it clear that Klay wasn't cleared for full practice? You know, I think Steve was referring to Klay coming back the week before Christmas. I don't know that he was denying anything about Klay being cleared for full practice or not. There's a little bit of touche going on there, like, oh, you got your sources, huh? But look, I'm Steve and I'm the coach, and I know I have the official word, and I'm not ready to give it to you guys. So I know that if I were Steve, I would have been kind of annoyed. I'm always annoyed when people get sources and I haven't told the public yet about my plans for Klay. And I want to control that narrative. I want to not let my haters and my opponents know when Klay's coming back exactly. I don't want to pin a date, because then I'm forced to answer to that date, and I just don't want to pin myself to it. Check this out. Stopwatch for the game. Official stopwatch. Official towel for the referees or whatever. Official screwdriver. Official working hands, whatever the hell that is. Hand cream. Just having fun. So I think I think Klay is cleared for practice because he's doing 5-on-5. Because when you do 5-on-5, technically you're cleared for practice. It's just common sense. But I'm sure we will keep asking Steve about that, and we'll get, he's got to understand that we got to ask him this every single day, because the fans are clamoring for this. So it'll just be back and forth. Is it false news? No. So look, bottom line, Klay is playing 5-on-5. From that, you can deduce that he's cleared for practice. I'm sure a beat writer will have that clarified, but if Klay is playing 5-on-5, then he must be cleared for practice. And Steve has confirmed that Klay is playing 5-on-5. Now, as far as Klay coming back, per sources of Slater and Shams, coming back the week before Christmas, I think that probably irritates Steve and the coaching staff. However, that does not mean there's a reprimand of Slater for Klay leak. There's no such thing as really that. Slater has his sources, so does Shams. There's nothing wrong with that. They can keep going back and forth on that, but Slater's doing his job and Kerr is doing his job. So this is more of a lesson on NBA media, which is that sometimes there's information that writers have exclusive access to, like a source said this or that, and they want to further their media company, and they want to further their career by having that information. It's just like I witnessed a funny thing that happened in Brooklyn between Andre and Jordan Poole. I am going to make that information available to my paid subscribers on the website in the next day. I also have information on, because I asked Steph directly, in Cleveland, I was able to ask Steph real quick why he does not wear the leggings anymore, because tons of you have asked me that. So I did my job and I found out, and I will provide that information for my subscribers first for probably a week, and then I'll make it free. But I owe my paid subscribers. I have paid subscribers on the website. They're paying $5 a month, which I don't think is a lot, for these little nuggets of information here and there. And I plan to do these more often. I also had a phone call with Brandon Payne almost 2 months ago that I still have not documented, but there's a lot of really cool information in that conversation I had with Brandon Payne, who is Steph Curry's trainer, who also did not know why Steph does not wear the leggings. So I actually have information that he doesn't even have. So that's kind of funny. And when I write the article of why Steph isn't wearing the leggings, there are also things that I have to research, like something Steph told me, so I got to go research that thing. And, it takes a little extra. It's not just going to be a one-sentence thing. It's not just going to be like a tweet. I don't just tweet the stuff for free. I don't get a paycheck from a big media corporation. Everything is about this YouTube and my Substack website, which is, the paid subscription one, which is $5 a month. And that's all I get. So I have to scratch and claw for what I do, and I don't like to give away everything that I do for free. And even this live, even all the Zoom calls that I splice and dice, and all the recordings that I do, the behind the scenes views of you should check out Steph and Cannon, Riley, and Ryan. And then I caught Riley dancing. She's such a good dancer, I swear. And Andrew Wiggins with his daughter. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Oh, man, it's on our private Discord somewhere if I just search it. But I'm an idiot for forgetting Wiggins' daughter's name. But that was a really cute moment. And, I put that on YouTube. YouTube runs ads. And hopefully you guys click on some of the ads. Maybe not, but at least it runs. And, that's how I get paid. So it's not a lot. And if I were getting paid like Anthony Slater or Shams, 6 figures from The Athletic, then yeah, I could tweet that real quick. But even they want to write an article so that The Athletic gets hits on the article. Even they won't just, you notice they didn't just tweet out, oh, we expect Klay, sources tell us Klay will be back the week before Christmas. They didn't even do that. They did that, and then they added a link to their website, which probably just said the same thing. So that's just kind of a lesson of NBA media for you. I'm just giving you NBA Media 101. So, fan from Taiwan, go check my post-game tunnel video of Wiggins with his daughter. If you love Wiggins, you'll love Wiggins with his daughter. Really cute moment. Cool, let's move on. Would love to have Wiseman back before the Suns game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know. We don't even know if he's playing 5-on-5. I have a feeling he is not playing 5-on-5. But that will probably be a question for, what day is today? Sunday? So Monday is tomorrow's day off. That is a question for practice on Tuesday with Steve Kerr. And I don't even know if I'll be in that interview, because I want to film guys practicing. Like, you want to see Klay shooting around, you want to see Wiseman working with Dejan in the post, then I'm going to miss the Kerr interview, but I can get a copy of the Zoom call later. I want teams to see less of Klay as possible, so come playoff time, they don't know what to expect. Yeah, but then Klay would be rusty, right? So you can't look at it as a NBA 2K video game where you can just activate a player in the world of NBA 2K and suddenly he plays like 100% of himself. This is a realistic, this is reality. This is people are humans, and Klay needs time to catch up with the speed of the NBA. He needs to feel the rigors of the NBA. He needs to, feel how it gets fouled, feel how it gets to, someone take a charge on him, someone push off on him, and and basically risk injury all over again. So, but it's just the game, right? So that's the game of basketball. So I don't know. I would disagree with you on that one, Solomon. Although, thank you for joining us on this chat and commenting and participating. All right, Irvin says, who does Klay scrimmage with? I think Steve mentioned it was going to be like coaches. I'm pretty sure his brother Mikey is there, and Mikey's friend Seth Tarver. They've been scrimmaging with guys that are in rehab for the last, ever since Klay got here. So they have guys, and now I think they'll have enough guys to really scrimmage with now that they're back home, i.e. Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Chioza, all the young guys. So I don't know. I wouldn't worry about too much of the details. Klay's playing 5-on-5. We know that much. Does Wiggins think he's going to be an all-star? I am going to say no, because he understands his role here is the third, fourth, maybe sometimes second option. And Jordan Poole seems to have the second option under his belt right now. When Klay comes back, Klay might instantly be the second option. And let's not forget, Klay is a Hall of Fame player. He's probably the best two-guard ever to play the game. Let's not forget about that. Klay is going to be the second best player on the team when he comes back. So I think Wiggins understands his new role, which is A, play defense on their best player, and then B, just be aggressive on offense. You don't have to carry the team, but just be aggressive. And today, he was aggressive. Nick Nurse threw the kitchen sink at Steph, which opened it up for JP and Wiggins. Is Curry the GOAT? I've had this conversation. We did this on the live versus Detroit with Anthony on the line. I grew up watching Michael Jordan. I am basically an MJ worshiper, and I will say now, you guys keep asking me this, so this is not the first time I've said it. I'll put it this way. If I were stuck on a desert island, on a deserted island, is that how it goes? A deserted island. And let's just say I could only watch VCR tape, and you only, that doesn't make sense at all. I used to watch MJ on VCR tape. But let's just say I was restricted to watch only one guy. Who would that guy be? Steph or MJ? Up until now, I would have said that's a no-brainer. I'll watch MJ all day because just the way he moves, it's like ballet out there. He floats in the air. It's a thing of beauty. He's Michelangelo of basketball. But then look at what Steph's doing, and he makes these three-point shots like they're nothing. And look at the Brooklyn game. Look at the Cleveland game. Jeez, man, I'm thinking Steph is the GOAT. And this is I'm an MJ guy. I grew up an MJ guy, which is, I would have never thought I'd ever say that. Okay, I think we still need interior scoring. Oh gosh, well, we're not going through that again. We will have interior scoring. His name is Wiseman. Other than that, we don't have room on this roster. And most teams don't have room on their rosters unless you have LeBron, and then you go out and get DeAndre and Dwight Howard. But if you're not that team, or maybe you're Denver and you have a Jokic, then you go and you get a JaVale to back him up, and automatically you have two big guys, okay? The NBA is too fast of a game for these interior scoring people. It's a different NBA recommended. I can't disagree with you more. I cannot disagree with you more. Only Wiseman and that's it. And we have Wiseman and Looney, right? So we kind of have our two guys, and that's it. I know Looney is undersized and everything, but he can guard. He can guard a Jonas Valanciunas. He can guard a Steven Adams. He can guard DeAndre Jordan. And even the Lakers are going away from that big lineup. They're starting AD at the 5 now. So, I mean, the NBA is such a fast game right now. It's just like, stop asking for the offensive centers and stuff. It's just going to slow down the team. But I get it. Hopefully we're on the same page that Wiseman is that interior guy. We already have that guy on the roster. He's just injured right now. I hope Joe Lacob is on the same page as the big three and does the thing. I mean, duh. Really? Of course Joe Lacob is on the same page as Steph, Dre, and Klay. Now, they may not agree on every tiny little nitpicky thing, but in general, look at this place. Look at this place. This is the best arena in the world. This is like, they gross millions, just have a concert, you know, and that's extra money to pay for luxury tax. That was all part of the plan, man. Like, this is the golden goose. I'm sitting in the golden goose. You can't ask for anything better than this. Like, this is how, you know, we were supposed to get something for Oubre, right? For that traded player exception salary slot. I mean, it's unfair for us to have had that. So it was almost good. It almost balanced it out. Like, I'm sure other GMs, 29 other GMs were like, oh, Oubre signed with Charlotte and the Warriors got nothing in return. Good. They don't deserve anything in return because they already got everything. They have an unfair competitive advantage, which is called Chase Center, that helps them pay all these luxury taxes because they drafted Draymond, Klay, and Steph, and they don't have to pay these enormous salaries. I mean, they do, but those slots are already slotted in there because they're not free agents, right? Where you look at the Brooklyn Nets, let's say Kyrie was playing. They would have Kyrie free agent, KD free agent, James Harden acquired by trade, essentially not one of their homegrown guys. That's just, how do they pay for that? And how do you know, the luxury tax on that? The Lakers, same thing. So with Chase Center, we're able to do things that other franchises can't do. And even the Oubre traded player exception thing, that was an unfair thing that we had for a little bit too. But Oubre walked and we lost that. And yet still, I'm sure 29 other GMs are like, and they still got the 7th pick and the 14th pick. I mean, geez, it's an embarrassment of riches. And we got Kuminga and Moody on top of that, and we got Wiseman. You know, the KD trade got us Wiggins. So even though KD left as a free agent, we actually got something. We saved his salary slot so that we could have D'Angelo in there as a trade, sign and trade, and then we traded D'Angelo for Wiggins, which means we could have Steph, Klay, Draymond, and Wiggins legally on our salary cap table, whereas most teams can't have 4 max contracts. Does that make sense? So, of course, Lacob is on the same page. All right, here we go. Getting behind here, and I do want to get home by midnight at the latest. So let's go to some more questions or comments. Appreciate it though, even if I do disagree with you. At least all of your comments are said in an inquisitive tone, and hopefully I've managed to teach you a thing or two about the business of NBA media, salary caps, just being a positive fan, not being too nitpicky, just those little things that are the scourge of Twitter. Let me just tell you. So I appreciate you guys not being so snarky as people would be on Twitter, and just joining me here and enjoying the scenery here and enjoying the 15-2 record that we have. Okay, where are we? Does anyone else think JTA should be higher than Damien Lee? Well, tonight he wasn't he? But they're different positions. Juan is a 4-5. Damien is a 2-3. Jumbotron is right here. It's a huge Jumbotron. It's really nice. Not the biggest. I forget which one's the biggest. That might be the biggest in the NBA. But obviously the LA Rams have a ginormous Jumbotron in their stadium. Let's see. Will the Warriors get Giannis? No. I said that even when everyone was putting Giannis in a Warriors jersey on social media. That was stupid. That was stupid. And everyone on Warriors Twitter, nobody will ever remember all those people that said Giannis was coming to the Warriors, and that never happened. And the people inside the NBA, the media like myself, who talk to other beat writers, like the real media that are here every day, we all knew Giannis had this connection with Milwaukee and the GM that drafted him. And we all thought that it would be a total shock for Giannis to want to leave Milwaukee. And guess what happened? Giannis did it. He got them to a championship, led them there. Kudos to Giannis. So no, Warriors will not get Giannis. Is that a joke? I don't even know. Like, let's see. Big man posting up is not an official. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How many people still post up? If they do, it's not for like, during Shaq era for 40 out of 48 minutes, you know what I mean? Fast break points, barely double digits, you know what I mean? Nowadays, Shaq would get run off the floor. He literally would, because of the three-point shooting, because of guys being able to hit the three at such a tremendous rate. Exactly. Embiid and Jokic don't post up that often. Okay, I'm slow on those comments. Sorry that you guys are commenting that when I mentioned it a long time ago. Okay, why Wiggins doesn't wear peak anymore. Yeah, I can't give that away yet. I can't give it away yet because the people that do pay for my website, they pay to have that information. Now, it is public information that when I asked Wiggins maybe a week and a half ago in a Zoom call, which isn't, an exclusive interview. That's not an exclusive interview. I asked him in a scrum. I asked him on a Zoom call. I said, when do you expect to wear the shoes that you had been wearing before? When do you expect to wear those again? And he said, soon. So soon can mean a million things. Maybe I'll just tease Wiggs on the next road trip. I'll go, yo, you told me you'd be wearing the peak again soon. What happened? He's still wearing those Nike Kobe 6 Porchos. Okay. I love Kevon Looney. Me too. Kevon is one of those coaches players. Just does all the dirty work, doesn't complain. Yeah, Yeah, you know what's crazy with Phoenix is that we're gonna play these guys like 3 times in the next month and a half. 3 times. Sheesh. I guess you have to tip your cap to the NBA scheduler who did that. Sometimes you got to blame the NBA scheduler for some crazy stuff, such as, let me just tell you, I talked to the GSW PR people looking at one of the road trips coming up, 2 back-to-backs on the road in the same week. Oh my God, that's going to be so tough. Do you think Chase Center will ever get to Oracle status? Like really loud. N-O. Oracle is in a class by itself. JTA sounded disappointed after losing minutes. What? I don't think he sounded disappointed. I was there. I actually asked him the follow-up question about how do you keep having perspective when he said that the way he's always ready is to have perspective, and he said that he talks to his family and they keep him grounded. Juan just isn't the guy that, of course, even Steve said that in the postgame today. Of course, everyone wants to have minutes and is disappointed when they don't have enough minutes. But people know that they're going to have their opportunities eventually, and I just don't agree with you. Juan did not sound disappointed about losing minutes after the Cavs game. You mean he was disappointed previously? I mean, I think everyone is disappointed not having enough minutes. But that doesn't mean you don't stay ready, and that doesn't mean when the opportunity comes that you don't perform, which Juan did. So it's really nothing to worry about. Not on this team. Not on this team. Yeah. It'd be something to worry about if it's like, I don't know, who should I throw under the bus? Phoenix Suns, who comes off the bench. You know, whoever's the backup to the backup point guard. I don't know, whatever, right? That guy's probably not going to get a lot of minutes. I don't know Monty Williams. I don't know how he has his rotations. Eric Spoelstra, right? The finals when they lost to the Lakers. Spoelstra had like a 7-8 man rotation, and it burned out the team. Well, that's what you get when you only have 7, 8, 9 guys in the regular season, and then you get to the playoffs, it shortens to 7 or 8 guys. Not the case with Steve Kerr. I'm sure the rotation will go down to 9 guys, 10 guys in the playoffs. But up until then, we still got 10, 11, 12 are still getting minutes here and there. They just have to wait their turn. So I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it at all. Thank you, James B, for the shout out. Yeah, so I think reconnect. I think we're on the same page in terms of that. Like, yeah, Juan was disappointed. He mentioned that, he always wants to play. But I don't think it's a big deal. I don't want them to even take Giannis hypothetically. He is a lot like Westbrook. Oh, God, no. God, no. No. You don't win an NBA championship and you have low IQ. I mean, no. I guess Russell almost did back in 2014. Yeah, when they lost to the Heat. Or was it 2013? But no, I think Giannis is a smart player. I was in New York having dinner, and they were showing the Bucks against, was it the Lakers? It might have been the Lakers, actually. I don't think LeBron played. Yo, Giannis was dominating in the first half, the first quarter. I didn't watch the end of it, but Russell Westbrook is no Giannis. Russ just kind of runs around with his head cut off. He's just he doesn't know what to do with himself. Super athletic, just doesn't know when to shoot, when to dribble, when to drive. I don't know. I don't watch the Lakers enough. I don't watch Westbrook enough to analyze him too much. All I know is that sometimes he pulls up and shoots when he should drive, and sometimes he drives when he should dribble, stop, and pop from 15 feet. Oh gosh, yeah. I don't know. What's the vibe? I mean, the vibe that I get is that the fans are more, it's gentrified, right? That's the vibe that I get. That doesn't mean they're not loud. They are loud, just not as loud and not as blue collar as Oracle. But that was kind of the case anyways when we transitioned from 2008 and 9 to 2013 to 2016 with KD. We were getting gentrified at Oracle anyways. And now we're getting super gentrified here because the ticket prices are pretty darn high. Do I think Wiggins will be traded? Heck no. Why would you say that? Why would you trade Wiggins, especially after tonight? I wouldn't have traded Wiggins even if he hadn't had the night he had tonight. Like, we're 15-2. Why would you screw around with that? Like, what message does that send? That's the problem I have. Like, when people are like, oh, we got to start thinking about trading people now because, we're in a position to do that. No, we're not. We're not in a position to trade anybody. We're freaking 15-2. You don't trade anybody when you're 15-2. What kind of message does that send to Wiseman? Like, well, we're going to trade Wiseman right now, or Kuminga, or whatever those stupid trade scenarios are that probably don't even make sense from a salary cap standpoint. You're going to tell the whole NBA, in other words, 510 players in the NBA, that we're 15-2 and we still might trade you because we don't think 15-2 is good enough. Nobody does that. Nobody does that in basketball. That's like you wouldn't even do that in AAU basketball. Like, you're forming a team to go play in a tournament, and you just won a tournament, and then got another tournament coming up. Oh, let's get rid of you, and it probably still does happen. But then those two guys that you kicked off the team, they're gonna want revenge on you later on down the line, and you just told everybody that these two people you're not loyal to. Sends a terrible message. I don't know why people even ask that, but hopefully I taught you something there. Like, there's absolutely no reason to trade anybody right now. Literally nobody. You could have the best two-way player in the entire G League suddenly become available. You would not cut Chiozza for him. Now, maybe you would cut Doughton, who's the other two-way player, because he hasn't really been a part of the squad, but Chiozza has become an integral part of the squad. You wouldn't even trade Chiozza. I just don't see it happening. Like, it would go against the loyalty of the team. You're trying to create a culture here, and that's part of the culture, is that when things are going well and you have developed this chemistry, you keep that chemistry and you keep trying to make it stronger. And trading for somebody, I don't think that would be more disruptive than constructive. The Warriors are the first seed, then surely there must be more than one All-Star. Oh, yeah. I think the coaches understand that Draymond is a special player. So because the second player would probably not be voted in, I think it would be Draymond. Now, if Klay gets back the week before Christmas, that might be enough time for tons and tons of fans across the world to vote for Klay. But regardless, because of our record being the best in the NBA, coaches are compelled to pick Draymond. So we're going to have Steph. Coaches will pick Draymond as a reserve. And Klay might just sneak in as a popular vote. But I don't really pay attention to the rest of the NBA on a day-to-day basis because that detracts from what I do. I'm Let's Go Warriors. I'm not Let's Go NBA. So I don't know how other two guards are doing out there. So maybe there's a two guard in the West that just totally deserves to go. I mean, Devin Booker, right? So I don't know. I don't know that there's room in the West. Plus, you got LeBron. Everyone's going to pick LeBron. Do you think Klay might be popular enough to get voted in? I don't know. Coaches will not vote for Klay, though, because he wouldn't have played enough games. Unless he just kills it, but I don't think we can expect him to kill it between, Christmas and the first week of February. I just, if Klay, all we want is Klay to play. Like, whatever his production on the court is, I don't even care. I just want him to start playing and just feel the rhythm of the NBA again. And I just don't know that it's even possible to just go gangbusters on this squad, suddenly score 25 points a game between Christmas and first week of February. I just don't think that's realistic. Therefore, I don't think coaches are going to vote Klay in. I think Klay would need to have the popular vote. Oh yeah, Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson injured his knee, so he just hasn't been able to be with the Warriors on the bench, but it doesn't look like it's affected them adversely at all. But Steve actually did mention in a Zoom call that he loves having Kenny there to give his perspective. Obviously, you want as many voices as you can on the bench to help you out, to help you win games. When do I think Klay will return? I just, honestly, I don't even worry about it. I care about it, but I don't worry about it. Like, he'll come back whenever he comes back. I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow with the team, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna work on the videos that I have from New York, Brooklyn, and Cleveland. Like, I don't have time to worry about Klay. And then we'll have practice on Tuesday. I'll come here, and hopefully I'll film video of Klay. But other than that, I don't know. I don't really care when Klay comes back. Like, it's not something that I worry about at all, because there's too much to do tomorrow. And I wish more fans would feel the same way and just take each day as it comes and enjoy each moment and enjoy the whole process of an NBA season, which is one of the best things ever invented. 82 games, almost potentially 2.5 months of playoffs. Get to travel to different arenas and cities, and this game is beautiful. Like, there's beauty in watching Steph do a pregame workout. What other sport has that? I guess baseball has batting practice. just doesn't compare. Football doesn't really have it. Soccer, no. I mean, what, hockey? No. I mean, basketball is in a class by itself. And so there's all these moments to enjoy. Too many moments for me to worry about when Klay's going to come back. Oh, Wiggs salary cut. I mean, yeah, that's far down the line. I mean, we still got to worry about how we're gonna pay Draymond his next contract, right? It's down the line, 2025. But again, the same thing. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about something happening in 2025. Tomorrow I got to do a New York, Brooklyn, and Cleveland video, and then the next day I got to see if Klay's going to be at practice, film him, and if Wiseman is going to be at practice, film him. I don't got time to worry about that. When we cross that bridge, that's when we'll worry about it. And yeah, maybe Wiggs will take a salary cut. I mean, he'd still have to take a pretty heavy salary cut. And I just don't know that it's in his best interest to go from, what would he go to, a veteran's minimum? I mean, there's not a whole lot after Steph, Klay, and Dre. There's not a whole lot, but maybe the cap will go up in 2024 because maybe the cap will go up in 2025 because the TV deal will get renegotiated in 2024. That'll create some more room. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There may be some bird rights or something that we can keep him and pay him whatever and just pay the tax on him. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now, though. But I understand that it'll be a bridge that we'll have to cross. But the other bridges that we'll have to cross are, Steph, Klay, and Dre themselves, and Kuminga, and Moody, Jordan Poole. So we'll just worry about those when we cross those bridges. Any possibilities? Again, I don't really worry about when Wiseman's coming back. I might worry about is he playing 5-on-5 on Tuesday? But that's about as far as I'll speculate. So I don't even worry about when Wiseman's coming back. Who cares? It'll come. It'll become a hot topic by the end of this month. And if it's something that, for whatever reason, it gets delayed, then I'm sure it was for a good reason. I'm sure it was to ensure that his injuries are recovering better. Same thing with Gary Payton and Juan. Do you think they'll be extended? I mean, we're not even done with this season. Let's just worry about this season, and then next season we'll worry about then, or as we get closer. The thing that we do have is that we gave Juan and Gary their first chances, so we kind of have the hometown advantage. But it also depends on the market. It depends on 29 other general managers. Like, if a general manager came in and said, "Yo, Gary Payton, we're gonna pay you with our mid-level exception. Come play for us for $6 million rather than the Warriors for whatever it is, $3 million veterans minimum." Well, then Gary needs to think about that, and there's not much else we can do about it. So, same thing with Juan. I mean, that's why this team that we have with Steph, Klay, Draymond, and Wiggins, those salaries, luckily JK, JP, and Moody are all on rookie contracts. Luckily, Looney signed for less than, less than probably what he's worth to us. Luckily, we got Andre on a minimum, Belly on a minimum, Otto Porter on a minimum. You know, we might not get Otto Porter back. If he has a fabulous season like this, maybe he gets paid. You know, these guys got to look out for their own as well. They've got, you know, mortgages on mansions to pay for. So everyone's situation is different. But I think we would have the hometown discount for Juan and GP2. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll see how Bob deals with it, right? I'm glad I don't have Bob's job. That's a tough job. Yeah, I don't think Looney would have a great career on any other squad either. But that's good for us. All right. I'm about to turn this live chat off soon. Cheese is not here to stay. He turns to the, I mean, Cheese is one of the two-way contracts. He is who he is. Like, at least we didn't spend a mid-level on Cheese, you know, a Brad Wanamaker playing at Brad Wanamaker's ceiling like he did in the bubble for Boston. Then we would have paid more for a guy like that. I wouldn't sweat guys like Chioza. Like, why do you guys do that? You guys, it's almost like bullying. Like, let me pick on this guy Chioza because he's obviously not that good. I mean, if he was good, then why would he be a two-way? If he was super athletic and could dunk, then he wouldn't be a two-way. He'd be GP2. I mean, I just don't see any value sitting here saying Chioza is some guy that sucks because he's been playing well. Tip your hat to him. I mean, try to stay positive. That's why it just goes back to the same old thing. Is why do you approach the games in such a negative fashion? I mean, can't we all be happy? Like, I'm trying to make Let's Go Warriors, once again, I say this almost every live chat. Trying to make Let's Go Warriors like we're the 18th man on the squad, 15 roster spots and two ways. And I feel like we're the 18th man because we're at every workout, we're at every practice, we're at every Zoom call, we're at every game, we're at every pregame, we're at every postgame. Like, we're almost a part of the team, part of the team. And if we're part of the team, that's a privilege. And if this is a privilege, then we're not entitled to it. And if we're not entitled to it, then we should be grateful. And if we're grateful, then we bring positive energy and we feel like part of the chemistry. We don't go and point at Chioza and say, yeah, that guy sucks. We don't do that. It's not part of reality at all. I hope I made sense there. Is Wiseman encouraged to keep developing his three-point shot? I've seen him shooting the three with the supervision of Dejan, the coach. Yeah, it's valued. Oh, yeah. Because when you're at that high post right here, on the wing right here, when you're at that high post, you got to be able to hit that three if they sag. If they sag on the split cut, oops, sorry, why is my finger in the way here? There you go. I forgot that the camera's on the, over there. Okay. I know, Roland, it's not like, I mean, I don't want to use the word dynasty because it means different things to different people, but I guarantee you there are some GMs in the NBA, there are some fans in the NBA that are going like, man, the Warriors are back on top. Dang. And hey, look, we just happen to be, I mean, credit Steve Kerr, credit Bob Myers, credit Joe Lacob, and of course, credit Steph, Klay, and Draymond. Football is the best sport. Oh, football, right. Soccer, yeah. I mean, I understand that. I played soccer as a kid, I was right forward. It was fun. It was really fun. But I still, I like basketball better. All right. Thank you, people. I mean, people in Brazil, actually, to turn this whole basketball versus football / soccer into a debate, maybe that gives me the inspiration one day if I have time. Maybe next summer league in Vegas when I see Leandro Barbosa, take him aside and go, "Yo, Leandro, you're from Brazil. You love soccer. You play soccer with Steph every pregame. I put it on my video channel. Why did you pick basketball?" Now, obviously, he's going to say something like, "Well, I'm not, oh man, I'm not Neymar. If I was Neymar, I'd be playing soccer." And you probably have to be super, super good at football in Brazil to reach the level of Barbosa equivalent in basketball. But I just wonder, like, Brazilians are pretty good at basketball too. There's a lot of similarities between basketball and soccer. Footwork. So I totally respect football / soccer. I just love basketball more. I feel like the culture of basketball is very unique. And we're really losing a lot of people here. I think we had 70 plus people. Now we're down to 40, but you can walk with me out. Here I gotta get my router. Here's my view. And then we'll get out of here. Oops, sorry. 32 point, I don't know what happened to the Wi-Fi there. That was not my fault. 32 point Wiggs, 33-4. Jordan Poole, look at those numbers. 10 for 13. Be back in 3 nights here. Back at practice on Tuesday. Oh man, they took my food. Oh, I'm pissed. Oh my God. I'm glad I ate some of it. I had a bag of food and they got rid of it. Oh man, that sucks. Damn it. That's like $15 worth of food. I gotta remember that next time. I can't leave that here. I gotta carry all my junk with me. Oh, here. Jewelry store. People. Nate's Barbecue right here. We're gonna be championship. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Long time no see, bro. The Warriors have planned for the area. Oh yeah. Oh, next to the water. Oh, you mean Thrive City? About to go walk into Thrive City. And then I'll say goodbye. Because I'm pooped. But okay. So right here, I'm about to go on Instagram. Somebody comment something before I go out the door, and I'll record it on the Instagram. There we go. Statue? What? What does that mean? Boom. You'll be on an Instagram. See you at practice on Tuesday. Here's Thrive City. Oh, look, Christmas tree. Oh my God. Wow. Little treat there. Whoa, I gotta Instagram that too. Hang tight. Ooh. This is neat. Okay, let me go back and get my water. Look at those lights. Thanks, people. As usual, not too cold out here. Not surprisingly, not too bad. Thrive City, Kaiser. Everybody be safe. I will do my best to go live on Tuesday at practice. Thanks. See ya.